I'm Cash.
And I'm Landon.
Okay, and
It's
welcome
the SB
to
podcast.
Seaback Spot
Oh my
Back,
God.
the SBSB podcast.
I'm like, why we
welcome
introduce ourselves
in.
first?
Oh, I don't know. I just we change it up. You feel me?
No, it was weird.
Hey fellas, let's not speak over each other.
Yeah, I'm like, we
Oh, yeah,
really
yeah,
do
yeah,
need
yeah.
to stop.
Yeah,
doing
like
that.
sorry.
Wow.
We do that a lot.
Hey guys, I just wanted to interrupt somebody.
No, but we'll try to be better on like letting each other speak because I like with the episodes that we've had out, it's crazy. So and also yeah, like I will try to because I know for me especially I will try to be
Stop coughing
less
too. God
sounding
dang it.
like I'm disrespecting a lot of stuff. I would try to do that for at least for me. But yeah, so
Wow,
y'all want to?
disrespecting a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
you know what I mean?
this episode we're gonna talk about dreams, like sleeping dreams.
This is the dream.
the
What
dream
other
one.
dreams are there?
like you know, our like hopes and dreams, but like not gonna talk about that shit. You know,
well, okay.
because who cares about that? We're talking about dreams, like sleeping dreams.
Gotcha.
And because I have picked this episode topic.
Mhm.
And that's because I don't usually dream. I would have like, you know, occasional ones. Why are you laughing?
Hey guys, this is the dream episode. I don't dream.
No. I'm saying I don't, like, you know, back in, like, when I was younger, I didn't really dream.
Yeah.
But recently I have, and I'm like, that's so interesting. You know, why don't we just share some of our dreams that we've had?
Yeah, it's pretty strange. Like I used to grow hair, now I barely don't because I'm bald.
Wow, okay, I don't think it's synonymous, but sure.
Yeah, no. I agree with dreaming. Like it's odd because some some days and or weeks, you know, you kind of just go without dreaming,
Mhm.
and then like a few, you know, here and there you get like dreams, and it's just like whoa, you kind of forget the feeling of how it is.
I know, right?
Because dreams obviously it's like you're in deep ass sleep, and it feels so nice coming out of a dream because you're like, fuck, like that felt good.
Well, okay, because like in our culture, they say that little kids don't dream until after they lose their teeth, right?
Really?
Yeah. Like our baby brother, he loves to be like, oh yeah, last night I dreamed about dinosaurs or whatever, right? And he always tells me, and then whenever he tells that to our mom, she's like, no. And I'm like, yes, he dreamed. And she's like, no, he's just making it up because kids don't have dreams until their teeth fall out. I mean, now his teeth has fallen out, so she's more inclined to believe him. But like, they say that kids don't dream until their teeth fall out, and I'm like, I don't know how much I believe in that, but
I
okay.
mean, I'm a believer.
No, I think when I was younger, like the only memories or the only dreams that I remember from when I was younger is like the traumatic ones, right?
Same.
like I don't have a dream memorable enough that like, you know, in the happy place kind of dreams, you know, like this is like doing everyday stuff. Like I don't think I have those kind of dreams because like our mom has those dreams all the time. She dreams all the time, and I'm like, how do you just dream all the time? Like I don't get
lost all her teeth.
She's also what?
It's because she's lost all her teeth.
I don't know, but I'm just like, I don't get how people just dream all the time. Because like she'll call me like every couple of days. She'll call me and be like, "Yeah, I had this dream," and I'm like, how do you dream so often? Like I can't dream that often. You
Who's
know?
got time for that?
I don't get it.
Who has
Exactly.
time
I'm
for
trying to sleep here, you know? And so I'm like, I don't get it. But recently I have been dreaming, and I think it's been like influenced by, you know, things that have been going on during the day.
Yeah,
and I have been writing them down. So a few of them I have
That's
been.
good.
I know, a few of them I have been writing down.
You don't write down your dreams?
Dream journals? No, I don't journal my dreams.
That's weird. Okay.
What do you mean?
But okay, I do. Now it's less frequent because like I have very little sleep, so it's like I can almost never dream. Yeah, I used to write down a crap ton, but
I was about to say I don't have time to dream. Why would I have time to write down my
gosh.
No, like it's usually circled around. It's weird because I was scrolling through them just to brief myself to remember some stuff, and it's usually either about our grandpa, about Esther, or about Rosie. And I was like, what is this?
The trifecta of your life.
My gosh.
I was like, this is crazy stuff
That's
right
so
here.
funny.
But yeah, you said you researched about sleep too, right? Because I did.
Oh yeah. I mean, like,
did
you know,
too.
the stages of sleep and whatever,
Yeah.
not.
It's interesting.
Why we sleep. I mean.
So there's that stage where you sit in bed and you can't sleep for about 2 hours. You get back on your phone occasionally, but then you lay down, close your eyes, and you know
that's the first stage. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that feeling like the back of your head starts hurting because you've just been laying down for so long.
Your back starts hurting.
Your
so you
back
have to
starts
twist.
aching and gets sore, and you're like, Damn, when am I gonna fall asleep?
Oh my
That's the
gosh.
first stage.
Wow. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'll read it off. So it's just yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 stages of sleep. Right? Did you get that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, just wondering. But yeah, so that it's
Where are you getting your sources?
my sources online. Where I don't
Oh my
remember.
god.
It was like a bunch of different
Dream.org.
ones, just looking around, cross referencing. But yeah, so it basically like the first stage lasts normally 1 to 7 minutes, is what it said, right? And that's when like your body, your brain activity start to slow down and all that, and it's still like a easy stage to like wake up somebody from. Like it's easier to just be like, "Yo, touch them," and then they wake up, kind of a thing. And that's all I got from stage 1. I was like, I'm not gonna dive too deep into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, stage 2 is like where your body temperature starts dropping. And then your breathing and your heart rate starts slowing down too. And this is usually where most people spend half of their sleep time in stage 2.
Oh, I see.
And I'm like, that's
I was
interesting.
gonna say, what if we like whisper and or speak softly? Because what if
For
people
ASMR?
No, because what if people are listening to this
Sleeping?
podcast
Go to
trying to
sleep.
sleep?
Oh my
That's
god.
And so we're helping them get through
Wow.
this stage.
Yeah,
too.
no.
I'm not trying to wake them up from their stage.
You're
one.
Wow.
not gonna get them to
Anyways.
stage.
Yeah, but stage 3 is known as deep sleep.
Wait, maybe
that
an
REM
episode
sleep.
topic would be ASMR.
ASMR.
I don't
Yeah.
know how.
We have talked for an hour. Whisper.
Or ASMR, like so close to the mic, you know.
You could
That's
hear
weird.
my saliva strands. Like, stop. You
Oh
did
my
that
God.
so much
I
I
last
did.
think who's
episode.
trying
I'm
to
so
sleep
sorry.
is now awake.
Oh my god.
Anyways, yeah, stage 3 is known as deep sleep. This is when it's like harder to wake somebody up. Anyways, and then yeah, everything slows down
I
again.
love how his description of the stages is stage 1. Damn, I can wake you up. Stage 2 is a little harder, but stage 3, yeah. That boy out.
Anyways, what is it? It's also called the delta sleep or slow wave sleep because your brain activity with like when researchers, I guess, when they do it, the brain activity has like an identifiable pattern and it's known as delta waves.
Yeah.
So it's like that's
It's
kinda
like
interesting.
very hard to wake up people in the sleep stage, right? And
Yeah.
I swear, you like all of you boys in this family are always in this stage when I try to
No.
wake
We're always in Delta sleep.
you guys are always you guys are always
Landon is because Landon is rough.
Landon
No.
and all of our younger brothers.
I'm-
okay,
I'm easy to wake
hitting
up.
stage 3.5, the alpha sleep. That's what I'm hitting.
you're literally always you're so hard to wake up. Like when we were younger, we would
Yeah,
wake you
yeah.
for school and you would not budge.
Like no, like literally we would like roll him over and he would just be snoring.
snoring, full
Like
on like
literally,
not-
full on limp body. It wasn't
Yeah.
even like a tense like wake up a little bit. Be
no
like, why are you touching
limp
me?
body,
It
literally
was just
dead to the world.
yeah.
Like, but the our younger two brothers also like because one of them I have to wake him up for school and whatever. Now I think he's gotten a little better. Like I think I've caught him in different stages of his sleep cycle.
Who?
I guess because like before when you do it, he literally would not move. Like he would
Yeah.
just like lay there and like you can shake him and just no response. I don't know if he pretends, but because
Oh.
he could. But
Yeah, that is
still,
true.
I'm like, yeah, I feel like every time I try to wake y'all, you guys are in that deep sleep.
Mm.
But yeah,
No. Well, I'm usually pretty easy to wake up.
I am pretty.
Yeah.
I am also very
like
easy to wake up.
before, I was a really light sleeper, but I think because I've been working so much that
Yeah.
I've
Rough.
yeah,
Yeah.
my body's been
But,
like you gotta shut down.
Yeah, but the stage 4 is REM
Oh,
sleeping,
REM
right?
sleeping. Yeah, REM
And-
sleeping is
That's when you dream.
that's when
Just
you
the-
dream.
That's
rapid
when you
dream.
eye
But
But
movement.
also that's when your brainwaves are basically
Or
the same.
level as when you're awake.
as when you're
and that's so interesting.
So, yeah, no, people say that like during that stage you
During that stage, if you wake somebody
No,
up,
it's like there's like a theory as to why like, your brain activity is still that active and why you dream. And there's like I don't remember what the theory is
Yeah.
called. They're saying it's like your brain kind of consolidating because when you're asleep, your eyes are closed, so you're
Yeah.
not using your vision, right?
Yeah.
And so like is your brain consolidating that by like making you see images in your head
Yeah.
for dreams so that you are kind of using your vision. So. I don't know,
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like
because
that.
I was like, when you think about it, when you close your eyes don't stop working. They're just
No,
they're
they're
just
still.
seeing your
Yeah.
eyelids, bro.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, when you're asleep, the only two muscles that you can control is your eyes. I mean, I guess it's
I guess my
it's-
heart,
it's
right?
No,
Your
well, you can't
bladder.
really use it, but no, it's like the muscle controlling.
I'm not using my heart when I sleep.
No, like you can't physically use your
No, of
heart.
course, of
You know what I mean? But it's just like it's just consciously there. You know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, then what the muscles that controls your breathing, like that. That's it. Those are the only
Okay,
two
okay.
that.
Yeah,
Well, at least
that was
I
my
heard.
number 2. I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
But anyways, it's kind of interesting, right? So you don't enter REM sleep until if it's like under normal circumstances until like about 90 minutes into your sleep. So that's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
That you got to wait a whole hour and a half just before you enter REM sleep
Before you
under
start
normal
dreaming?
circumstances.
Yeah.
And it first starts as slow, and then it resets back to stage 1.
Yeah.
And then it goes through it again.
Ah.
And as you do that, the stage 1 gets shorter, stage 2 gets shorter, stage 3 gets
Oh
shorter.
no, stage
and
2
then REM
usually
sleep-
gets longer.
Oh yeah,
and then
kind of, I guess. But REM sleep is when, because it starts off small, like the REM sleep, and then it starts getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And that's when you start dreaming. Like when you dream something, it's usually when you're at the deepest moment
Yeah.
in REM sleep, where you have the most time in REM sleep. And
Yeah.
that's interesting to me.
yeah.
That, because I'm like, oh, so it like just
Because
basically
because your
cycles back.
brain, because your brain also repairs itself.
Mhm.
Not repairs itself. Your body repairs itself, but your brain will
Yeah.
reconfigure itself so
Right.
that you will like take in, like you will remember shit from the day that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like consolidates.
Yeah, it
everything.
consolidates
It's kinda like,
everything. It
organizes it
rewires
all.
everything. It's like, oh yeah,
That's
you
true,
learned this
that's
today.
true.
Like, oh, this is a memory that you're gonna keep today. You know, that kind of stuff. And that's during cycle 2, I think.
Mm.
And apparently, as you get older, you spend more time in that stage and less time in stage 3 or whatever. And then as you
Why is it that? Then why is it when I get older? I just remember. I remember
you
less shit.
forget. I don't know.
Why is
No,
that the case?
no. It's because it's attempting
But also
to.
from
Oh, it's because it's getting harder.
Yeah.
That's why I spend more time in it.
but and it's also
Oh.
because like babies need more sleep, right?
Oh yeah,
And
no,
so-
I was like,
And they
hold
forget
on.
more.
Yeah, no. So I
Yeah,
did
no,
it.
they're
I did
literally
it.
taking
It's
in
structured.
everything.
It's kind of interesting too. Yeah.
Yeah.
From birth to 3 months, it's usually 14 to 17 hours that the
They need.
baby needs to sleep, and from 4 months to 12 months, it's 12 to 16 hours. Right, so it's going down lower.
Ooh, babies be
And
snoozing.
then yeah,
Yeah.
they sleep a lot. Yeah.
They sleep
And
a
then from
lot.
1 to 5 year old, it's 10 to 14, and then 6 to 12 is 9 to 12, and then from 13 to 18 is 8 to 10, and then from 18 plus it's 7 to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So wait, what
Getting less and less sleep.
are those
that we
animals
need.
that sleep like a bunch of during their day?
Like sloths.
Sloths? Is it sloths? that
like
sleep?
wait,
Koalas.
like nocturnal
Koalas.
animals.
No,
we
like
No.
koalas sleep a lot, don't they?
I don't think so. No,
I don't
not
know.
koalas.
Maybe.
No, isn't it? Is it not koalas? Because like they sleep and then they wake up to eat and then go back to sleep.
I think
Because
that's
they're
a lot of
they eat
animals.
eucalyptus and it's poisonous.
And they get
Yeah.
So they have
they
to
get
sleep process.
don't remember.
Wait, you're making fun of koalas now?
Koalas are
Whoa.
so funny. They're nature's like WTF because they eat poisonous leaves.
They kind of are.
that they can't.
I mean, there's
They
a
that-
lot
can't really digest,
Yeah.
and so they sleep.
But it's
with
the
I mean,
primary
it's just like
food source.
pandas. It's just like pandas who eat bamboo. They
Well,
could
what?
also.
Oh, you can like eat
They could
anything
also
else,
eat
bro.
meat,
Yeah.
but they're too
But they're
lazy for that
lazy to
shit.
do
Yeah.
that.
Anyways,
The pandas are
yeah.
koalas are like bizarre.
yeah. But anyways,
But it's
sleep.
very interesting.
So yeah, because like okay, recently, because I like the past, like I had probably 2 or 3 dreams from recently that I was like, what the fuck, you know? And they're only memorable because they're kind of traumatizing, right?
Mm.
And so I think one of them, because I don't remember which episode we talked about like the home invasion story.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it was after that episode because I was then editing that episode, and I was like thinking of the episode before I passed out, right?
Mm.
So I was like, okay, so that is probably why I
You
had this
dreamed
dream,
this,
right? Well, let me see if I can find where the dream, where I wrote it.
Okay, well, anyways, here, I guess I'll share one of mine, I guess, while you're looking for yours. Yeah, so I also have pretty traumatic ones, but like I mentioned before, I have very vivid dreams, so it kind of sucks. Basically, this one dream, which I think I already told you guys, but yeah, I was like in the bathtub of our house, and I was drowning. And like,
In the bathtub.
yeah, in the bathtub, like I couldn't get up, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
Where like I guess somebody was or some force was holding me down, and I was trying to get up, and it just wasn't working, and
Yeah.
I was like drowning. Where you know that sense of panic we have when you can't breathe,
Yeah.
and like your whole body's like pushing, trying to like have
It's
some
trying
kind
to,
of
like,
yeah, it's
Literally
trying yeah
grasp
yeah,
for air.
and which also side note. That was a very scary moment in Interstellar because I watched Interstellar, but with Matthew McConaughey when Matt Damon cracked his
Oh yeah,
his head.
and it's
it was
just the
so
air
yeah, it's
being drawn out of
and
it.
I'm like, oh my, that's very suffocating. But anyways, yeah, it's kind of like that, right? Obviously, space is different. Yeah, and then I was eventually able to like get up, and I was like, breathing, try to get it in. I'm like, I can literally feel like the water just coming down, and I don't know how like if other people like dream like this.
When did you have this dream?
You want me to look at the date?
Well, no, just like a
I do
timeline.
I do date it.
Just a timeline.
Well,
Oh,
anyway,
shoot. Do you guys ever like continue your dreams? Like,
no,
how
it's
continuous
hard.
dreams?
I
No,
never.
not like the same night, but like different nights.
No.
No.
Like a part 1, part 2.
Oh, I found it. August 6th, 2020. Look,
What
this
the-
dream.
Wow, in
That's
the
an
midst
old
of
dream.
COVID.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I got out of the shower. I mean, the bathtub, right? And I'm over here freaking out and whatnot. And we have 2 mirrors. Like it's one big mirror, and then there's a side mirror, like the body mirror, because it's in our bathroom.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm looking at myself, and I'm just like bloodshot eyes, like over here, like all wet, obviously, and whatnot.
Shriveled.
Yeah, well, like just like, oh my god, like what the hell's happening,
SpongeBob
right?
getting
Like,
out of the
and
ocean.
and I was like freaking out, and like it just dawned upon me, not dawned upon me, like something told me to turn around.
To
Right?
look in the bathtub?
Yeah, and
Ew.
it was like this slow moment where it was like me turning around, and it just like hits me that like I was there in the bathtub, and like I was just floating there like dead,
Ew.
and like my eyes were like open, and it was
Mm.
staring at me, and I'm like, oh, that's fun.
So like,
So basically, I guess it's kind of like I died. Yeah, like it was like
came out
a
of your body.
right, but that's the thing though, because it's actually interesting, right? Because I've been thinking about
Is
it
it
lately.
interesting?
No, because like how people like say that they astral project
Oh,
a
okay.
lot, like in the dreams. Like I feel like that might have been a moment where I kind of
Oh.
astral projected.
You
It's
actually
just
projected
weird.
in
It's-
your own
well,
dream, though. You know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But then I woke up
Yeah.
after that, so I was like, oh wow, like that's kind of odd.
Yeah.
Where it felt like I wasn't in my body, but
Yeah.
it was also
Mhm.
like, why am I staring at my body?
Like, yeah, people
You know,
who...
but it's in a weird way. Because usually with the astral project, it's like they turn around and they're looking at themselves sleeping in their bed.
Right.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, I'm dead in the bathtub.
Yeah.
So maybe it's astral projection,
That's
but it's
funny.
pretty cool. It's
But
pretty cool.
that's probably the feeling that people have whenever they
Right.
they quote unquote astral project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Because, there's people who's like, oh, I can astral project or I can lucid dream. I've never been able to do either of those.
Mm.
I don't think I want
Yeah,
to.
lucid
but-
dreaming is like, for me, it's like, I guess it's strange only because like whenever like I lucid dream and or like pretty much like control my dreams, it's like I just do whatever. It's kind of like dumb at the end of the day. Those moments when I'm like, okay, yeah, dreams don't really mean anything because it's like
Yeah.
if I can do anything, then it's just whatever. I've told this story a lot, and it's a dream that I had where I was getting chased by dogs, right?
Mhm.
And then I got chased by these dogs that were like humongous. I remember because this is when I was young, and I think this is inspired by the huge dogs in the Hulk movie. You guys remember that?
Oh
movie?
yeah.
Oh.
The giant dogs.
Yeah.
Those giant
Pretty
dogs.
cool.
So pretty much they were like dogs. They were chasing us. It was like me and a bunch of people, and then we ran into like this like giant wooden fortress to hide from these dogs. And
Mm.
while I was under this fortress, like dog trying to come at me, I realized I'm in a dream and I can control this. So I was like, what can I do to kill these guys? And,
Yeah.
and the first thought is, okay, we're in a wooden fortress, so I can burn this thing down. So I transform myself into Charizard. No cap
Wow.
on God, and then kill these dogs and burn everybody. But like that's what I'm saying. It's
Turn
like,
yourself to Charizard. Just think about that for a minute.
That's so funny.
but I'm like, yeah, dreams can be
You
whatever you want them to be,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He's over here trying to be
In sleep and in
It is-
reality.
inspiring. Okay.
Wait,
what
let me
about-
tell my,
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah,
one
yeah,
story
yeah,
first.
yeah.
Oh, you
Go
got
for
There
it.
was so it was like pretty short, so it was definitely towards the end of my REM cycle, right? Or like in the middle, I don't know. But like I think I had multiple dreams in between those, and then that last one woke me up, right? And this one, basically we were in the house, it was like, bedtime ish. And it was like around like Christmas, New Year's. So it was that kind of vibe. Yeah, or it's like when we do New Year's, we would always like have a candle or something.
Yeah.
And so it was dark, like most of the lights were off. I think only the kitchen light was on. And everybody was just kind of getting ready to go to bed, right? It was already cold outside, so it was a bit chilly inside. But we were just checking the doors and stuff to make sure everything was locked so we can go to bed. But I remember like opening the front door and there was just a tiny llama.
Mm.
There's a tiny llama
Tiny
there.
llama.
Yeah. And we were like, oh, we should bring him in because he's really cold. And so like I pick it up and I like take into like the playroom and I put him down like by the window, right? And he's just kind of like, sitting there and doing his thing, right? And then I'm like, okay, well, that's that. And so I like I like check the front door again, make sure there's nothing out there. I close the door, but right before I close the door, I see someone dart up the driveway, like just like a shadow of somebody darting up the drive. Yeah, literally darting up the driveway in between the cars, and I'm like,
it's the police. It's the guy from the Cloud Shoots and Meatballs.
no.
It's the police officer.
Oh my god. No, but no, he was like literally like running like that, right? And it was a dude, it was a man, you know, and he runs up, and I remember seeing that, and I like slammed the door shut, and I'm like trying to lock it, but he slams himself against the door, right? And at this point, I had locked the bottom lock already, and then, you know, Mickey comes up and you come up and you guys are like, oh, what's happening, you know? And I'm like, help me push the door, right? And at this point, like, I'm pushing back against the door, and the perpetrator's also pushing against the door, but they're pushing like really hard, and I can see the door just bending. But it's like holding where the lock is, where the knob is. So it's just kind of bending.
It's like this cartoon.
Yeah, it's cartoony, right? And it's like bending around the doorknob. But so the Mickey is like standing right where that door is, where the crack is, and he can see the guy. You can see the guy, and I'm like looking at Mickey.
I'm just staring.
You're just staring.
It's like the cartoon whenever the characters throw their toys in the closet.
No, for real. And so like he's like just standing there, he's staring at the guy, and I'm like, come help me push this door closed, right? So we can lock the top lock. And Mickey just shakes his head and he goes, no, he has a gun. And so I'm like, I literally like, when he says that, I like wake up, but it's like not a jolt wake, it's like a slow gradual wake where then I realize I'm on the bed, and like I just feel like a sense of dread, like, you know, go through me, and I'm like, what kind of dream was that? But that was one of the most recent dreams, and it was right after I did the editing for that episode. So I was like, it might have been inspired by that. But, and yeah, it's like very cartoony, but it was very stressful.
Very stressful moment. Yeah.
I mean, when you think about dreams retrospectively, in moments they may seem like the most tense or crazy things, but then afterwards you're like, I don't get why that was happening.
For real.
Well, yeah, okay, so I know I've heard this a lot from a lot of different people. Not like people I know personally, but like watching online stuff and the media and all that crap. Apparently, if you can lucid dream, ask people what time it is.
Why?
Because apparently, when people see that in dreams, the people start freaking out, and they won't tell you. They'll be like, "Why are you asking? Like, what is this?
For
Why are you asking?" Yeah, like
in your dreams.
Yeah, in your dreams.
Well,
like when you lucid dream. We don't know.
Okay, sorry. My interpretation is it's like because normally dreams, you know,
like, have you ever seen a clock in your dream?
No, but think about this, right? So normally in your dreams, when you imagine things in your dreams, say if you're walking down the hallway or something, and your brain, you're like, oh, I think there's something behind me, and you turn around and there is something behind you. It's because your brain has already made it up, you know. But like, if I asked somebody, hey, what's the time? And my brain is like 8:15. That guy's probably gonna say 8:15. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Well, yeah, no, but
because
like, apparently there hasn't
head.
been anything like anyone who's been able to ask someone what time it is, and they tell them what time it is.
But
they would freak out about
it. Is this like an experiment that we did? Like, is there like a bunch of guys?
No, okay, yeah, no, like people
like
who lucid dream would just do it. Like even like if you go Reddit and you read up on stuff, like they would just be like, nah, you know what I mean? Or like, even like the podcast that you listen to, like if they've ever like talked about it, it's like crazy because apparently like nobody. Or the people there start freaking out, they yell at you.
Maybe,
but they get aggressive.
I'm like, do people hear this and then they try to lucid dream and then they're like, oh yeah, the people acted exactly like that.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but someone someone must have said it in the like whoever started it must have done it and been like.
I mean, that's just like confirmation bias. Then you're like, hey, I'm looking for this answer. And because
then your brain already knows.
If in my dream I'm asking you about time, and then like you freak out, it's like, oh my god, that's the thing I was looking for.
No. But I'm saying like the first person who ever done it without anybody influencing them, and they're like, oh, that's weird.
Maybe their brain they were thinking
that would just be one person.
Okay.
That would one guy. Yeah, that's one guy.
No, but then you think of like of a time that I want to see like you do it. And you think of a time. And see if they answer that.
It's probably 8:15. That's like the number in my head right now.
No, it's like it's very interesting. Back to astral projecting. Like there's this one story that I heard. I don't remember like all the details from it, but it's kind of crazy because it also dives into like the supernatural, I guess. And even like when people like meditate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like where they could astral project. And it's
while meditating.
Yeah, like
What?
you've never heard of that?
Oh
Either?
No.
Like people where they're
Sort of,
like
yeah.
they're kind of they frame
That's why
their
they feel like
mind
they
and
float.
soul from where they kind of like float.
That's what
And
they
like
feel
there's
I float when I meditate, but not physically.
What the?
Not like
No,
I don't
that's
feel
what
like
I'm
a
saying.
spiritual thing.
no, but it's like your
Like,
like
I
it feels
do
like your
feel
mind
detached.
and
It's
yeah,
been
right,
attached to your
exactly.
body.
I do feel
You're
detached, but
astral-
I don't
you're
think
astral
no,
projecting.
because I can't see shit.
Well,
it's just like
yeah, but like these people who I guess have quote unquote
Okay.
astral projected,
okay.
they're saying that like when there's this one story where they astral projected, they were in like a building, like a very tall building,
Mhm.
and it was just different floors, and they were just as they were just floating up.
Float up.
They were just
Oh my
floating
God.
through the floor, and there was just it was like a whole new like a different scene, a different like they were outside at one point,
Yeah.
like in a safari or whatever, and they go up and they float up and it's through another floor, and they're like I don't know, they're in like a
It's
cafeteria
so
area,
random.
and they would go up, and it's just like an interesting thing where I'm like,
Why don't we explore space this way? Space travel could be so more different if we had a bunch of guys astral projecting.
Oh
well,
my
okay,
God.
well that I don't know because astral projecting isn't like that.
Space travel would be so much more achievable.
No, but like yeah, like it's just interesting to me
Like, if
that
I just
people
keep
can.
going up.
Okay, no, but like you can't like how do you like just make that up though? Like it's just
Yeah.
it's
Because
crazy.
astral
I don't
projecting is like you're in the real world, right? Like you're moving about the real world. It's not in your dream.
No,
Is that what astral projecting is? Like you're like projecting yourself because
it
you
could
wake
be.
up, you see your
Okay,
body.
I guess it could be. No, well, kind of. I guess in a way because you can be in the real world as you first project out, but then you can go anywhere you want.
Right, so you're in the real world.
Yeah.
So
well,
you're
no,
like-
no,
So
no,
Jupiter
no.
is possible.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's
You're
how
telling me.
how you think Jupiter is. You can go there.
Yeah, but okay, yeah.
Like how
But
your
that's-
brain constructs Jupiter.
Yeah, but that's just a mental.
But then
Yeah.
that's still in your head.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not like
right,
that's not
right,
real world.
It's not
Right.
So
No,
I don't
like
get it.
like it feels like you're in the room, and you see yourself,
Okay.
and then you go wherever you want to go. Apparently,
Oh,
I've never
Okay.
done it, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
And I just hear like a lot of people talk about it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's
Yeah.
very interesting that
That's
you
very
guys can do
interesting.
that because I'm like, I would want to do that kind
Mhm.
of, but it's like with like the people who believes in like, supernatural,
Mhm.
they're like that is kind of hard because like you know how Insidious is, how they
Mhm.
astral project or
Do
quote
they?
unquote
The
astral
first
project.
film, banger.
But
It's really creepy.
yeah, because you know how they
So-
do like the seance thing and how
Yeah.
they get out of their body and blah blah. They have to walk the house. It's like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like yeah, like
Oh, okay.
when you're astral projecting, it's your body's very
Vulnerable.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Where like something can, because I think there was one time where somebody, they were saying right, quote unquote, they were saying that they got stuck in this astral projection like form, I guess, however you want to say, it, because something entered their body, so they weren't allowed to go back in their body. So they had to like.
Ooh, it's other people who are astral projecting.
Oh my God.
Oh, so that's how they switch bodies.
Oh
No,
my
no,
gosh.
no. But yeah, I was saying this is kind of.
Wait, so
interesting.
how did they get back
Huh?
in their body? They
I
just
don't
had to wait
remember.
till they vacated their
Yeah, I
body?
think so. I don't remember what it was. You just talking about it now. It's like, whoa, that's kind of cool. Not cool because I wouldn't want that, but it's kind of
Sure.
interesting. But
No,
yeah, you know.
that is interesting though. Oh, well, at least like astral, because like obviously I'm not a supernatural guy, superstitious.
Yeah.
I don't believe in astral projecting,
Me neither.
but like it's
Yeah,
but
me
it's
neither.
interesting that people have these feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, or okay, these experiences.
These
Have these experiences.
Have
Very
these
interesting.
views.
Very
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't believe it either, right? But I'm like, okay, cool. Like
Yeah.
there's probably no way that
Right.
like a million people can just say that. Like that's crazy that a million people were like, we astral projected. And it's like it can't be all fake. Like there's
Well, yeah.
no way.
I mean, the crazy part is it's like because okay, this is a little derivative or a little like this is no longer like about sleep,
Yeah.
but it's like being on the substance,
Oh my gosh.
Like my first experience with it was like very out of body and very out of this world. That I was like, okay, I can see why people when doing these things can be like, dang, I am, I am within a godly presence, and or I am like,
yeah, just
I
a
am a
part of this
god.
world.
yeah, either that or like, oh, the God speaks to me, and or
Mhm.
like, oh, like you know, like there are all these different other things out there.
The
in
good
the
old
world,
trick
you
of
know.
cannabis.
The good old trick. And I like after, you know, I'm like, okay, now it makes sense why people can believe that. Of course, like I'm self-aware enough to be like, no, it's just my brain.
It's just your brain.
My brain being like, hey, yo, what if there was like a bajillion different universes out there and you just travel them all in like a few seconds? I'm like, what if? And then my brain did it, you know?
Yeah.
But
no, your brain is very powerful.
It's very powerful, and I think astral projection, like I said, people experiencing those things, it's like that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
it's like if that's something you want, good for you.
Yeah.
You know.
What is it? I have another dream that like was very traumatic for me. So let me explain, right, guys? So we all have had that fear of like elevators, right?
What fear?
Like
falling?
Dropping, right?
Oh,
of it drop. I would hope so, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay,
because I hate when I get into an elevator that when it starts creaking. I'm like,
when it's like shaking and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm like, is this gonna be today?
Depends on what floor I'm going to.
Yeah, but in my dream, like I was dressed up like I guess I had like an office job, and this one guy was running to the elevator and it was like closing, and he like I remember like just looking at his hand, like before it closed, and his hand get caught, and then it like it reopened, and he walks in, he's like sweaty and nervous and whatnot, and I was like, oh, this is weird, and there was like a couple other people with me, and he like presses the button. And you hit the ding, and it starts going up. I guess this building was like 100 floors. We were at like 80 something, and because I was looking at the numbers like tick each time, and I was looking at him, and he like was smiling. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Ew.
Right? Oh. And then it stops at one of the floors, whichever floor it was. It stops, but the 13. door doesn't open, and he turns around. He just has like this sinister face on his smile on his face, and I was like, what the hell? And everyone like looks at him like kind of like step back, and then like you just feel it where it's like gravity just gone, and it's just you know what I mean? It's just free falling. Yeah. It's like I guess there was like a window behind us, like where you can like see out there, but I'm looking at him as we're like floating and like jumping, and you just see the light.
Yeah,
and it's just like I'm like he's just standing there, but he's like his feet is on the elevator floor still. Oh, so he's not free falling. But we are, and we're just like moving around, in there, and I'm like freaking out because I'm like I can't control my body. Like what the hell is going on, right? And I was trying to like grab onto something to like obviously try to stabilize myself. In that moment, I like felt like I was falling. And I'm like over here like freaking out. We're like you're when you go with a roller coaster, there's so many where it's just like so much pressure and force that everything feels like it's coming up to your throat. And like that's what was happening as I was going down, and I was like freaking out. I was like trying to control my breathing, and I was like, I for some reason I grabbed there's like usually like handle rails, some kind of rail or handle that's on the elevator, and I like with as much force as I could, I got myself on the my feet touched the ground. And he was like looking at me, still smiling. I was looking like outside.
I was gonna say y'all had to stare off, and then you started moving the elevator up.
No, I was looking.
It was a power.
You have a smile on your face.
Yeah, but it was.
You have the biggest frown on your face.
No, but it's like it was like you could see outside, right? And it was going down, and I guess there was a section. Or at least like the lower floors where it just was a wall. Mm-hmm. So it was like it was light and then zoom, and then it just goes dark. And I just hear, you know what I mean? Everyone like screaming and shouting, whatever. And I was like, for some reason in my head, I'm like, this is gonna work. So I like put myself on the ground, right? And then I time it and I jump.
Oh my god!
I jump and it smacks your body. I know, right? But I guess because in my head too, I was thinking that. Yeah, so I jump as soon as it smacks the ground, and it's just a loud crash or whatever, and I knock out. Like I just knock out, and I wake up to me in a hospital bed. And they're like, "Are you ready to get discharged?" And I was like, "What?" And then
you woke up in another world.
No, they opened. Oh my god! No, they like grabbed the blanket and they moved it, and my legs were shriveled.
Ew. Oh. Wait, why? But you jumped.
That doesn't work. But no, because I was paralyzed and I was like in bed for like however X amount of time, whatever, and so like I didn't use my muscles. So I was like all shriveled up and like skinny.
So you were like in a coma.
Yeah, I guess. So they got me whatever, and they're like, yeah, you can never walk again. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And so they're like, wheeling me out, and then
we gotta let you go though.
Yeah, and I was like, what the hell? And no, they literally they wheeled me out into like where the picking up area was.
Yeah, like a roundabout or something.
Yeah, and no, they parked me there, and then they just leave.
What the nurse gives your wheelchair a little nudge. It's like, there you go.
Yeah, no, I literally, and they just leave me there, and it's just like a moment of like me alone, and it's just like cars going by, and like I'm looking at people like their loved ones picking them up and all that, and I'm just sitting there, and it's just like, dude, how long have I been in this coma? I'm like, and I'm also like, no one's coming to pick me up.
That would be traumatizing. See, okay, the moral of the story is ask your project to move up this floor. Don't take the elevator.
Yeah,
that's the moral of the story.
I was like, holy schmidt. And I was just like, oh god, like that's pretty bad. But then I woke up after that.
When was this
that's pretty lengthy.
This stream?
Yeah.
Y'all have lengthy dreams.
Lengthy dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine
like,
wasn't that lengthy.
No, but like just the feel, because I felt it. Because when I woke up, I'm like, I want to throw up. Because like free falling like that, I guess it's kind of like how you would feel if you were skydiving. But
yeah, I mean, and I'm sure after whenever you woke up and you were like, oh, I'm paralyzed, and or like I can't use my legs.
Yeah, that was probably a moment of like fear of like, can I move my legs?
Yeah, because obviously like in your dream you're not moving it because you told yourself you couldn't. So that's crazy.
That is crazy. I think my most recent dream that I was like, what was that? It was so it was like a big vacation house kind of thing, and a lot of like our family, extended family and stuff was in the house, right? It was, I guess, like everybody was just kind of,
God, so it's a nightmare.
Yeah, basically. But we were all basically just like, we were in the house, like we all met up, we all flew to this place, right? It was like, oh, we're all just gonna hang out for like a weekend, and we all rented out the place, right? It was like a huge mansion in the middle of nowhere, basically. Like, I was like one of the last ones to arrive or something. I walk in, say hi to everybody, and then everybody's like, oh, well, let's go explore the grounds, right? Because it's the area that the mansion was in. It was like an open field right outside, and then it was kind of like garden-esque. Like, it was like trimmed gardens and stuff, like a bit further down. And so we were all like, yeah, let's all go and like, explore the grounds because we rented out this whole entire place. So let's just, go and walk around. I walk out and it's like a nice day or whatever. There's like, a nice breeze. And we're walking in the field and there's like a bench. And so I sit down and then one of our grandmas sit down with us. And then there's like a little kid that runs over. It's a little girl. And she's like supposedly like a cousin or something. I don't know who she was. But she is like playing in the grass in front of us, right? And so we're like, kind of chatting, and then the little girl goes, what is that? And so we look up and there's just like this huge cloud, right? It's like not a mushroom cloud, but it was like
not a
mushroom cloud, yeah. But it was like a huge ass towering cloud.
That was real bad.
Yeah, and there was like lightning strikes, but it was like red. And so I was like looking up, and I was like, and it was like looming above the house, on like the horizon or whatever. Not. I look up and I'm like, oh, maybe it's gonna rain,
Yeah.
And
it's that moment when Russell goes, cumulonimbus.
Yeah, my boy Russell.
But so the little girl's like she's like getting scared, so she comes up and she's like sits with us on the bench, and then we're just kind of watching this cloud.
Why would you do that? You wouldn't go into the house or a mansion?
Man,
because it was like looming over
like
the house.
I want to be in the moment, like really.
It was looming over the house, but like around us is still blue, it's still like clear skies. Right. And so then I watch it as it just topples over. And it topples over into, like, the field that, like, right in front of us, right? And it topples over, and when it hits the ground, like, from the cloud bursts out lava. So it was just literally, like, apocalyptic in, like, 0.1 seconds. Yeah. And I, like, immediately grab up the girl, right? And the grandma was like, oh my god, like, trying to get everybody to run or whatever. Because then, like, it just kind of bursts toward us.
What is this, like, fucking another version of Nope or something?
No, because that was Alien. On? But anyways, so then
it's like pissing out lava or pissing out lava.
No, it's just a burst, bro. Anyway, so then it's like the lava's coming towards us. So I grab the girl and we're like running, And the grandma is just like, oh, keep running or whatever. So then I'm like running, and like as I'm running, I just hear screams and shit because there's the rest of like extended family is just like doing their own shit.
Everyone's watching.
Yeah, they're doing their own shit.
Makes
Like
some
some people
sense.
were unaware, and so I'm like running because then I was like thinking of like tsunamis and stuff, and I'm like, where do people go to get away from like something like that? And like high ground, right?
Get an helicopter.
Yeah, exactly. Just call one in real quick.
Yeah.
But so you have to get like high ground or whatever. So then I'm like, I just keep running and I like, run for a long ass time, and the girl is just like,
You're ragdolling.
right?
her?
No, for
She's
real.
over there just kidding.
Just bouncing off the floor.
No, I think I was like princess carrying her.
Low
But,
key dribbling
Yeah.
her.
no, but like so I was like princess carrying her, and like we were like running or whatever, and I just like remember like hitting so many dead ends and just being so freaking like panicked because I could just see the like lava like not
Getting
too far from me,
closer.
and eventually I ran through this one field and then got to like this like a higher, it's like more of a city-esque, but they're like this, we got to this one house, right?
Yeah.
That was
so you're away from the mansion.
so yeah, no, I'm like, I have ran so many miles, okay? And then we get to like this house, like on top of this hill, and like at that point the lava had stopped coming. And so then, I sit there and I'm like waiting to see like who else has made it. And like, if like as I see like, mama and then the dad come over, I'm like, okay, well, they made it, and then grandma came over, I'm like, oh, okay, like, feeling relief or whatever. But then there's people who don't come back, and I'm over here like, well, shit,
Yeah,
and then I think I just woke up where I went
you
to
see Nikki come in on a paraglider.
yeah,
Like how?
Whoa.
you gotta always have one
No.
hand,
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the most recent dream that I was like, I woke up from that, I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
What triggered that? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm like, that's kind of interesting though.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of like traumatic dreams too.
Mhm.
So
See, I was like,
panic inducing.
yeah.
I haven't had like a dream, at least one that I remember recently. The
Uh-huh.
only thing I remember was less a dream, more like a sleep event.
Okay.
No,
Come
so,
again.
so sleep paralysis. You guys,
Oh,
yeah. You
You had
beautiful
sleep
Well-
paralysis recently?
Well, I think I've already told you guys about this. That it happened maybe now. It's maybe about 2 weeks now. Because like,
Did you?
so I have this thing where like I force myself awake.
Oh yeah.
Like I would literally in mid dreams I would tell myself, dude, I have to wake up now. And I say,
But see,
wake up.
that's the thing. Like you fall into sleep paralysis whenever you're going into REM or out of REM sleep.
Is that
So,
what it is?
yeah.
Yeah. See, because I was like, because normally when I dream, or sometimes when I dream, and like I have enough awareness, I'm lucid dreaming enough
Mhm.
to where I tell myself, hey, you gotta wake up right now.
Yeah.
And I would like force my eyes open, and I would wake up. I would
Yeah.
genuinely actually wake up. And this happens. I do this day in dreams when scary situations happen.
Yeah, yeah.
and or just whenever like I realize that I'm lucid and I'm like, dude, I can wake up right now.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell myself to wake up.
Yeah.
I just do this shit casually.
He's I'm a
Like-
pro at this point.
I am literally pro at this point. So this is the first time I've ever done this though, and I was having sleep paralysis,
Uh-huh.
and
That was 2 weeks ago?
I think it's roughly about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't
I
tell
was
us
having
about it.
sleep paralysis. Normally, like when I have sleep paralysis, you are quote unquote like awake. You're
Yeah.
awake. You're awake during sleep
Yeah.
paralysis. And I was having sleep paralysis. I had a moment where I was like, I have to power through this. Like I gotta wake up. Like
Yeah.
I have to not stop having a sleep paralysis because of course nobody likes sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
I like forced my eyes open. I forced my muscles to move, and like I actually woke up from like a sleep paralysis. And I was like, that's crazy.
That's cool.
That like I was able to do that because I've never been able to do that before.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But it's one of those moments where people talk about like sleep paralysis demons or whatnot,
Right.
and it's like I'm having a sleep paralysis, and in my head I'm like, there's something above me. Oh my god!
Yeah.
But at that moment as well, I was like, well, I have to wake up though. So,
Yeah.
like I have to force my body to wake up, and I
Yeah.
was pushing and pulling my body, and I actually like woke up, and I was like,
wow.
that's crazy.
Wow. Damn.
Who knew?
I wish I could do
How many
that.
people can do that?
Wow. Yeah, I've never experienced sleep
Yeah, I was-
paralysis.
But then I don't want to experience sleep paralysis again.
Yeah, I don't have them as often anymore, but like
Yeah.
but, like,
Wow.
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 Okay. Well, traumatic stories, guys, or dreams. Yeah, I had one, and I'm like, bro, it just sucks because I guess my dreams just doesn't want me to enjoy it. Like, no, like for
that
real.
noggin
What?
of yours just filled
Where
with
That's
it's
just your
demons.
head then. Your head doesn't
Like,
want
I
you
was
to
like-
enjoy it.
It was like this moment where I woke up and I was like in a field. It was like a beautiful field
Okay.
Yeah.
of just like nature. I don't know what to say. It was just nature, but it was like that sunset moment where everything was like orange,
Yeah.
and it was like this nice moment. The
Yeah, there's
breeze
a
was
deer in the
nice,
background.
and I'm over here. No, I was just like, it was just
Birds
going.
flying over the
Basking.
distance.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm just walking around and I'm like touching the grass. I can literally feel it, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
This
I'm like,
this is that scene in Howl's Moving Castle where Hal walks out. You
no.
know?
No. But anyways, no. I was going and I was looking up and it was like the sky was beautiful. I was like, bro, where am I? You know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like,
dog, put this
I'm
shit down
walking,
on my GPS.
I'm like walking. Yeah, I'm literally like walking around and like in the distance I see like other people, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like, where am I at? And there's like huts around, and I'm like, what is this place, right? And I'm just walking around, and it's like I'm walking to like the cliff. And like there's a like where I guess we're at an elevated area where like there's a cliff at the edge, obviously, right? And so I go over there and I'm walking and I look down and it's just like a beautiful like valley of just nature. I don't know how to say it. It's just nature, bro. And like literally, it's just like beautiful trees and there's a river flowing through. You know what I mean? I'm like over here like oh my god, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like this is great.
Like Pride Rock.
Rock? No, not like Pride Rock. Pride Rock is like a little thing.
I know, but you could overlook
I guess.
You know?
Yeah, but I was like, yo, this is so cool, whatever. And then like I just feel this forceful like pressure, and it's like at the top of my head, right?
Okay.
And it's like if you imagine like you getting sucked, and it's like vacuumed in.
Pause. Pause.
If you get
imagine you being sucked.
No.
Vacuum.
Ew.
But no, okay. Yeah, I did not make that. You did.
Ew.
Like vacuum. And it's like it was like a moment where like because you usually see through your own eyes, and then there was a moment where
usually I don't see through my own eyes. You mean like in a dream, right?
Yeah. No, and then it takes. I mean, it's like a shot of where I'm like viewing my body, and it's like I can see like my almost like my soul getting sucked, and it's like tugging at like at the top of my head, and then
I just gave cash on when you said like
and then this moment where it just like it goes black, right? It goes black. No, I see like a string of beads, and it's just like a quick like shake, and then it just snaps. And then there's a bunch of beads that just goes everywhere.
Whoa.
And this just
what does
this
this
like
have
black.
to do with the previous image?
Anyways, no,
nature.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. No, it's just like black, right? It's just black, and the beads just bouncing everywhere and all that. And I'm like, whoa, like, and it's like I can hear everything. Where it's just like an empty room.
Yeah.
And it's pitch black. You can't see anything, like almost like the cave, and everything echoes. And it's just like I just hear the echoes bouncing off, and I'm like, where am I? Kind of a thing. And then I hear like the wind blowing slightly, and it's just like a rush of wind, and I'm like, what? And then I wake up where I open my eyes, and I'm
on a spaceship.
No. I'm back in the scenery, the field. But I'm like where I first started.
In the nature.
Where I first started, in the nature. But no, I was in where I first started. When I woke up, and I see my body at the edge of the cliff.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking.
Why do you still watching?
No, I'm just staring. I'm just staring, and then it's just like he just slowly leans forward, and then
falls
he
off
drops. Yeah, but as he's dropping, like I feel it, like I'm the one doing it. Yeah, whenever his body like disappears, like where I can't see myself anymore, I wake up from that, and I'm like,
why do you have so many dreams of you seeing yourself?
I don't know.
No, wait. You've
know.
described that dream. Well, actually, we talked about this in the horror episode. Yeah. Actually, you described that dream about like you being in the theater.
Yeah, the theater.
Dude, that dream is crazy.
That dream is. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
But these are like abstract, though.
Yeah, these are very. No, it's very like crazy, but it's like, can I just enjoy like a beautiful place?
No.
But it's just like, no, my body's like,
you have to get sucked and
you
fall
gotta.
off the cliff.
Yeah, I gotta die, or like I was just like, what is this?
That's
you know
crazy.
what I mean? But I'm like, damn. Because it was a really, really beautiful place.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say you blacked out, and then when you came to your senses, or you woke up, like it was like a dune looking area with a giant light pillar in the center, and Aaron Yeager's voice coming through the intercom.
No, right?
I don't think dreams per se mean anything to us in real life, but our parents believe it does. Because it's just the culture. None of my dreams mean shit, right? I mean, it's just like our conscious I think our conscience does influence it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they like prophesize anything.
No.
Because
no,
like,
sure.
it's like Mama, she's over here always like, oh, my dreams mean this and my dreams mean that or whatever. And I mean, she's had like few dreams that are kind of like eerie in like the way where I think one specific one she was talking about how she dreamed of this one grandma that she hasn't seen in a long ass time, right?
Oh yeah.
And she dreamed about her, and she was just like, in a chair, and like, Mama goes over to her and like talking to her, and then she's like, yeah, I just came to say bye, and Mama's just like, what do you mean, and then Mama wakes up. She wakes up from the dream. It's like middle of the night, and she's like, oh, that was weird, and then at that time, our dad's phone ring. He wakes up, picks up the phone, and it's like one of our cousins from like at the other state, and the person's like, oh, this grandma just passed away, and she was like, are you kidding me, I just dreamed about her. And I'm like, that's so interesting.
That is actually very interesting.
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
But she has like multiple like dreams like that because she tells us how she's had dreams like before grandpa passed. Like she's had like dreams where she's like helping him in the hospital and stuff.
I
and I'm like,
that's
so rough. But so she's like, for her, because like I said, she dreams all the time, and I don't get it. Okay?
I don't get it either. Yeah.
She dreams all the time, and so but she like she believes her dreams like, well, at least like a few of them mean stuff,
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't think dreams.
I mean, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, so how I feel like sometimes, like, not all dreams matter,
right.
I guess, but there are times like where I feel like there are hints within the dream that like I guess your brain is trying to configure and like construct to like tell you something, to make sense of something. Like, for example, I had a dream where a friend of mine was extremely sick.
Okay.
And I didn't realize it, but at that time, but recently that friend came to us and told us that they were sick.
Oh, like the same
extremely
way
sick. Yeah.
Whoa.
And I was like, no way.
But how long did you have this dream in between though?
Oh, it was a while. Like it was like a year or two ago. But that was because that friend was with us.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out a lot.
Yeah.
And then they moved away.
Oh, okay.
And but we still like text here and there, right?
Yeah.
So I had that dream during that time when we were hanging out a lot, and I was like, that's a weird dream.
Yeah.
And now, like, last month, actually, it was last month that she came and she told us that she was extremely sick, and I was like, no way.
Did you tell her about the dream?
I didn't. But no, I was just like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
That, like, I was like, oh.
Our mom is always like, oh, like, like if you tell her about your dream, if you just
she wants to interpret it.
She'll interpret it for you or whatever, and mainly it's
she just calls me stupid.
Yeah, mainly
See, why are you dreaming that?
Yeah, mainly it's just like, like she like gives like vague answers or whatever. Yeah. But like I remember, and like it's funny because like how you said, oh, do you ever dream and then you go back to the dream later?
Yeah.
Not like per se, not like that, but I do have like sequels, I guess, to dreams. Because back when I was a bit younger, it was probably like, it was definitely like middle school, like early high school, because it was right after grandpa passed. And I would have this string of dreams, and I think I've like mentioned it a couple times to y'all, because I mentioned it to Mama once, and it's literally dreams of me not being able to find my other shoe, right? And I would get so stressed out, and like I think because the first time I dreamed about it was like me in elementary school, and we're like getting like I have to like put on my shoes so I can walk out the door, go to the car, right? And I couldn't find my other shoe. And our dad is like, come on, we gotta go. The bus is getting here. And I'm like, I can't find my other shoe. And I just wake up from that. And I'm like, it was so frustrating because I couldn't find my other shoe. And I'm like, I can't go to school without my other shoe,
That and panic when you were in elementary school.
Right, elementary school. But then it like turns, and like, I had like a few more dreams afterwards where it's like, I think there's like another dream where it's just like I'm in the house and we're like cooking, we're like doing like a party or whatever, and they're like, oh, bring like this pot out and out to like
find the pot.
No, I found the pot, but I couldn't find the other shoe, so I couldn't walk out the door.
Oh my gosh!
So no, it's a shoe thing. Okay?
Oh my god! It's such a problematic thing.
I know, and so like I'm like I can't find my other shoe, so like because I don't want my feet to get dirty or whatever, like in the dirt, and so I'm like I can't like find my other shoe to step out the door or whatever, right? Like, and the dream ends once again with me just like trying to look for my shoe, never finding it, right? And then there's this, and then I think the final one, when I couldn't find because like apparently because with her it's always like the interpretations of the dream is either, oh, you're gonna live a long time, you're pregnant, or you're gonna die, right? Stuff like that.
At 13 or at 7, dang, you're pregnant.
No, that's like literally like all she like that's the only kinds of dreams that she's like if she interprets my dreams, she's always like, it's one of those 3, okay? And I'm like, I don't get it.
Okay, multiple choice.
Well, wait. So then my last one, it was like I think we were going to go eat somewhere. I was trying to find my shoe. Once again, couldn't find it, but they're like, no, just come in anyways, and then we'll figure it out on the way home, right? Or on the way to the restaurant. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I hop over with my one shoe, and we go to the restaurant, we eat food, we're coming back, right? And then they're like,
one shoe
no, for real. And then they're like, oh, actually,
they go to eat, and then when they come back with the food, it's actually her shoe that's on the
oh,
plate.
no, because like, and it was like, and this time my shoe was like bright red, right? I remember that. Okay. And like, so
Ooh.
I was like, yeah, it was kind of like Dorothy-esque, like heels or whatever. And so then I remember getting into a car, after we went there, and we were like, oh, we're going home, get into a car. I don't remember whose car it was specifically, but I get into the car and I look over and my other shoe is in the car. And so I'm like, oh, look, I found it, right? And so I'm like going to go pick it up. And then grandpa comes by on a motorcycle and he's like, no, get out of there. Come onto my motorcycle. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, I'm gonna take you home. And I'm like, okay. So then I hop on his motorcycle without my other shoe and he takes me home. And so when I was telling Mama that, she's like, apparently not being able to find your shoe means you're gonna live a long life, which that's what she keeps saying. But it's like, you're gonna live a long life, and when you find the other shoe, it means like you're gonna die. And so in the dream, though, yeah, it's like right before I grabbed the other shoe, Grandpa came and was like, no, let's go home. And so I'm like, maybe it is like symbolic.
There's
in a
something,
way.
yeah.
There's something there. Something there.
I mean, that's the best multiple choice answer to get is you live a long time. So,
the most generic answers. No, but no, literally, they're so vague with their answers sometimes. Like I've told the bathtub dream to our grandma and our mom. Oh, the only thing they say is like, sometimes when it's bad, it means it's good. I'm like, what does that mean?
Grandma's like, it means you're gonna be rich.
Yeah, so I'm like, wait, what? Like, can you explain more? Like, what do you mean it's good? They're like, I don't know, man. Like, like if you see death or whatever, sometimes it just means it's good.
Right,
I'm like, what is that? But like, can you elaborate on that? But they don't. And it's like, see, this is why I'm a skeptic.
Yeah, for real.
because that doesn't
vague.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. That's what is it? It's such a broad answer that it's like, can you say anything else besides that? Like good in terms of what? Like what aspect of my life is it gonna be good in? Like, come on, bro. But
you're gonna be very clean when you come out of the shower.
Wow! The next few showers you have, gonna be very clean.
It's gonna be amazing.
Good showers.
Yeah. No, but I was like, it's interesting that they try to interpret all the dreams and try to find answers within the dreams. Right. It's cool.
I think it's kind of crazy to try to interpret.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, but like, like I say all the time, I'm like, a lot of humans, their natural thing, at least like us evolved Homo sapiens, we try to explain things away. We try to explain things away if we don't understand it.
Yeah.
And we try to just put something in explanation to where our brain can comprehend it. Yeah. And so that's
it's like also like multiple cultures, do this, like where they interpret dreams and stuff.
Yeah, but that's the thing too, though. Where I'm like, there's no way that it's like
that it actually means
that it doesn't mean something though. Yeah. But that's why I'm so like fascinated by it, because like I obviously like no matter what I still think that it's not real. Like whatever they think.
What if I had a dream about losing my shoe? Am I gonna be pregnant?
Losing the shoe means you're gonna.
Oh, no.
You're gonna die. If you dream of a snake, then that means you're pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah. So good luck.
Okay, no, snakes out there. Call me in my dream. And maybe I'll ask you about the time too.
No, but like like even. No, but like, what is it? No, because how like we talk about stuff and whatnot, and like even about our dreams, and we're like, people always talk about like, like it's influenced by what you have in the day and whatnot, right? All the times, but not all dreams are like that.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Like sometimes, like
a lot of the time, it's not like that. You only point out the ones that you're like, oh, yeah, it correlates to this because you recognize it. But there's a lot more dreams that aren't even related to what you did that day, and it's just like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah. But you don't even acknowledge it because you're like,
which I think is the most bizarre thing, because like your brain will literally dig into like the deepest of like your brain to be like, or just like memories and be like, hey yo, like this is something that you
remember
experienced
this?
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll remember this. Shit, that shit was crazy.
Right.
And then like you just kind of like experience something similar to that in a
Yeah.
sense or
Right.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very wild,
I
very
mean, if you're into that sleep stuff, whatever.
wild. Dang, guys,
You know what
don't
I
to
mean?
sleep.
No, like, I don't know. It's kind of rough for
kinda
me
overrated.
to really, I don't know, bank on a dream and be like,
Yeah.
yo, this is real, or yo, this is gonna
Yeah.
happen,
Well,
or
yeah.
whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
But they're
this means
interesting, though.
this.
They're fun.
It's just like another grasp of like hope of something.
Yeah.
That's just what I think.
What? I mean, we've all had like recurring dreams, right?
I only
When we
had
were
one
younger?
recurring dream.
I know. I think we all have like one main
Landon has the rice one.
Yeah,
it has
the
a
rice
one.
one.
It's not even a rice per se. It's just like
rice shaped.
yeah, it's rice shaped. It's like this rice shaped thing.
Rice?
Tic Tac, whatever.
Yeah.
And it
It's
just kind of
just
like
one grain of rice.
yeah, and it kind of like
Oblong shape.
eats itself and it gets bigger and then it like gets smaller again. I don't know. It's very stressful whenever you're experiencing this. But it's like I don't know.
I don't think
I
anyone
haven't had
has
this
ever
dream in
experienced
forever
that.
though. Like I
Yeah.
haven't had this in maybe 5 years now. at this
Well,
point.
5 years
years?
is still very
Yeah.
recent.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, well, no, 5 years, 4 or 5 years. I don't know. It's been
That's
a long
so
time.
recent.
Yeah, that's still recent.
because
bro.
my
Yeah.
recurring dream I haven't had since like probably middle school.
Yeah, me
Or
since
high
like probably
school.
like
Then
10.
you sure that dream is recurring?
No, it was back
Yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, this dream was definitely like I had it throughout
That's
all of
so
my
funny.
childhood, and I probably stopped having it like maybe after high school.
Hmm. Wow,
God,
that's interesting.
that's still a long time.
That's a
yeah.
long
Oh my
time.
god. What the heck? Yeah. I mean, I'm like, my recurring dream was, and I think this one is directly correlated to
Things you did?
experiences. Yeah. Because our cousin our infamous cousin that we talk about a
Uh-huh.
lot with the Xbox gift and
Yeah.
all that, he used to scare me, because we used to have this red radio. This,
Oh,
that
yeah.
our uncle
This
had.
red,
This
chunky.
red, chunky, oval
I can
looking
be a
radio
burglar with
that
it.
has
Yeah.
yeah, that has like the opening on top for the CDs and all that.
Yeah.
So it was a radio,
For
right?
real.
And he would put it on static
Oh,
a lot,
yeah.
and we watched Jeepers Creepers, and like
Oh,
hearing the music, and so he would be like, "Oh, Jeepers Creepers is gonna turn on," and I
Oh.
would like, because I was scared of Jeepers Creepers, and so I was like, "No, you can't do that. Like he's gonna come and get me, blah blah stuff like that." And he was like,
He's
like
attracted
joking.
to static.
No, what? No. Like when you hear the music, basically it means that he's gonna come for you. And when he does come, like if he smells fear in you, he's gonna take you.
Okay.
So because I had a fear for him, obviously. So I was like, don't. I was like, turn off the radio, turn off the radio, because I'm like, I don't want to hear it. Like if it comes on, so obviously as a kid you believe it,
Right.
Like
it's
when
like
you
the dread
dreams
of,
or whatever.
like,
And he would just be like, he'll be fucking with me with that. I think like at the age of like probably 7, 8 until like 12 or 13, every Halloween. So my birthday's on Halloween. So every birthday, I would dream of this dream where a meteor falls into our backyard, and we have a pretty big backyard, and Jeepers Creepers comes out of it.
Just like Stitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm like, holy crap. So we try to like, we're like running for our lives, just like our whole family.
Yeah.
And we're like trying to like defend against him
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot and try to like kill him. And I don't remember how we killed him, but we killed him.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as we killed him, everything reverses. It goes back into the yeah, you know what I mean? Like we reverse all the way back, and then it's me again sitting in the house, and the meteor hits again, and it just repeats itself.
I thought you were gonna say then you look at the sky and it's a rain. It's like a meteor like shower.
Oh,
And it's just a bunch of little.
no.
Oh my god.
That'd be terrifying.
That
But
is
no,
so
no,
terrifying.
it'd just be the meteor that hits again, and then it repeats itself all over again.
Yeah.
And it does that for like 4 or 5 times until I wake up.
Wow.
But it would do
4 or
that.
5 cycles.
And I was
4 or
like,
5 cycles.
if it wasn't on Halloween, it was like near Halloween. That I always do it. And I'll always have that. And it was like for like 5 years straight
Yeah.
of me just having that. And I'm
Wow.
like, why am I having it?
Teachers at school be asking Mickey after his birthday, "How was your birthday?" He's sitting there with bloodshot eyes trying to get a wink of sleep.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But that's my only recurring dream.
Yeah. I mean, I had one that I like talked about quite a bit, but it's like the one where it's like I don't see anything, it's just a dark room, and all I hear is voices, right? And it's like I never can tell what the voices are saying. It's just a lot of people talking at once. But it would get really, really loud sometimes.
Oh yeah,
But then like, it would fade, and like, I would just hear like, chit chat in the back.
Right.
And then it would come back again. It would like be varying volumes, and that's all I would like dream about. Like that's the entire dream. It's like I don't see anything, I just hear shit, and I just hear it's just people talking, but I can never tell what they're saying. I would have that like probably every year for about like 5-6 years, and it would always happen like early summer-ish.
Whoa, summerish.
Yeah, like right after like school got out and everything.
Oh yeah.
So I like
it's during that duration when you get sleep.
when you get sleep, exactly. So, but like I remember I would have that dream all the damn time, and I would wake up in a cold sweat, and I would always be like, "What the heck?" And then if I went back to sleep, I would always have that dream. Yeah, I'm like that would happen, and then it's like it would just be.
But you don't have this dream anymore now, right?
No, not anymore.
No. You know what's crazy? You can probably relive this dream because there's probably videos on YouTube. 10-hour long.
It was
10-hour long audience chatter interrupted
no.
by it's probably out there.
No, it was so stressful because it was like just people shouting and shit, man. And then like going down to a murmur, it sounded like people were going further away and then coming up close and then just shouting. And like I think I remember once there was like this shaman lady who came over. I don't remember who it was.
You didn't see this though, right? Was she like
no because someone one of us, I don't think it was one of us, it was like one of the older like uncles or whatever, he's like, oh, why don't we ask her to interpret our dreams?
Oh, you're talking about IRL?
Yeah, in real life.
I thought you were
no. Oh, the shaman lady?
Yeah, the shaman lady.
Oh my god, yo.
Because then she came over and like they asked. So then they were like, oh, why don't we ask? And then I asked about that one because that was something that was like going on at the time. And she was like, oh, it's probably because you're the oldest child. And so you're getting a bunch of like feedback from the adults, but a bunch of feedback from everybody who's younger than you, and you're just kind of stuck in the middle and you can't do anything about it. So you just hear like maybe that's what the dream's about.
It's that scene in
also
Naruto,
very vague, but
when Naruto's a child and all those parents are bad talking to him. Tell all the kids to not go near him. It's that scene, but like auditory.
Auditory. But I can't really tell what they're saying.
Yeah, but
what they're saying is he's the demon fox. He's the nine-tailed fox. That's what I'm saying. So hang out with them.
What is it? No, but our other sister, I remember asking her too because we were on the topic of dreams.
Yeah.
And it was that same shaman lady.
Yeah.
And remember her dream? Her dream was that she saw eyes staring at her.
Ew.
Oh,
big
yeah.
eyes at her. And I was like, yo, so like what happened with that? You know what I mean? And she told me she made it all up. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you made it all up and you lied to the shaman? And she's like, yeah. Because grandma kept like bugging her to like
prodding her
to say something or whatnot, like, yo, your dream and whatnot. And so she said it, and she told me like later, she's like, yeah, I lied about it. I was like, that's messed up.
That sounds like something I would do.
but our younger sister is a little shit anyway, so she would do that. I was like,
that's
what
so
the
funny.
hell?
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was crazy moment.
Yeah.
I need to give her a high five for that.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
That drew about
that's
eyes.
Crazy. Yeah. pretty good. Pretty good lie right there. Yeah, because apparently I think the only thing that the shaman said is that, oh, I think somebody likes you.
Somebody likes you.
Yeah.
Oh, for her.
Yeah,
the
like the eyes. So someone is like staring at her, or like has their eyes on her.
So
And I'm like, okay. And remember that was at the time it was Kevin from Heaven from Elementary.
Oh, Kevin from Heaven. I
yeah,
remember him.
I don't.
What do you mean?
What grade?
Oh my god! Wait, why did we call him Kevin from Heaven?
No. Yeah, I don't know.
It sounds morbid. He was a child.
No, it's like an angel.
But it's like an
right?
angel, you know? Like,
you know, why did we call him? Why did we call him Kevin?
I don't know,
because Kevin is 11 and he's from heaven.
Oh
That's
my
what we
god!
said.
You just rhyming.
You don't remember that? We used to say it all.
Wait, what?
Okay.
What age was this?
11.
What age? What grade?
Whenever 11 was, like elementary, middle school area,
Yeah,
like
I
that
don't remember that.
range.
It was definitely when.
That's
when
so
our
funny.
younger
We
sister
like
was
literally
born.
teased everybody about their crushes.
We were
We were
bullies.
bullies,
We were
bro.
bullies. We were pretty big bullies
Yeah.
to each other.
So funny.
Rough times.
It's siblings,
But yeah.
though, you know.
Yeah, well, exactly. But Kevin from Heaven, guys. That's crazy.
Funny, funny.
That the shaman was just like, maybe he likes
Yeah, and then
you,
we
so
were
he
like,
likes you.
ooh, you know.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that because I was in the kitchen at that time.
That's so
And,
funny.
and I just remember the little, because our sister still had like the weird
Like,
hair,
the
the
bob,
messed
like,
up
the
hair.
bob?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So,
It's like
the
ew.
bowling.
Yeah,
hair.
the bowling hair. Yeah, exactly. And she's just like sitting there looking up and like
The mob
explaining
psycho
it.
haircut.
Yeah.
Mob
Oh,
psycho.
don't say that about Mob.
But it's the haircut.
No, Mob
Yeah.
looks better.
I mean, yeah, but you know.
Anyways, yeah, I was just like, dang, I remember like very vivid about it. And I asked her like one time, and I was just so disappointed that she lied about it. I was so disappointed because I was like, there got to be something about that, right?
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, because I'm like a shaman.
You got me, bro. You got me in like the first sentence.
Yeah.
The eyes.
Yeah, I was like, what's up with the because I'm like, because I'm trying to see like, yo, like how is it with like shamans, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because I'm like, I kind of want to like just
Are they
go
legit?
to one. Yeah, I want to go to one to just see what they say about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you
This is-
interpret this?
Some
stuff?
people like talk
But
about.
they're also so
It's
vague.
different perspectives. You know what I mean?
I mean, like I said, this is what people, when people go to like fortune tellers,
Yeah.
this is how they feel too. And, like,
Yeah.
I want to know like if they're saying anything true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but like I guess with the vagueness is because they're not the one experiencing it. They can't just be like, boom, it's this, it's absolutely this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they see different outcomes, or I guess they see vaguely of where it's heading.
So you're
I
saying
guess.
so you do believe this?
No, I'm trying to see like validate from their end because they don't have a voice in here because we all are skeptics. So I'm like,
True.
I guess this is
Because
something
we
they
go in
might-
with doubt. And with
yeah.
us,
So you know what I mean? But I would
Still
want to
an
try to
open
experiment with it. Where we go in and we'd be like, yo, so like interpret our dreams or something,
Mm.
or like let's do whatever their forte is at like doing what they do.
Yeah.
And fortune telling or as a shaman or whatnot, and
Yeah.
see how it goes. Yeah, I don't want to see
Or
it
sleight
because
of hand.
there's there's no because remember I was talking about with our parents and the shaman, that one scared me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
I'm like,
can't,
we
I
should-
can't. I'm not gonna say it on air, but that one scared me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We
When
should.
it dawned upon me, I was like,
Yeah.
Whoa.
We should do some fortune.
we should.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, just to like experiment with it and see
Yeah.
how it is. Because like I said, we're all
Just
skeptics,
experiment.
but we
Yeah.
go in without
Yeah.
telling them we're skeptics.
Yeah, I mean it's the same way with like like ghost hunting. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like I don't believe in it, but it'll
It's
be
fun. Yeah.
It'll be fun though.
It'll be fun.
To be in the moment and to be like,
Right.
Right.
There's something
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
No, I mean, and even if it's not like
something right behind you.
no, but even if it's like vague or whatnot, like sometimes even like seeing from a person's different perspective,
Yeah.
it might shed a light on something.
That's true.
And it'd be interesting just to see how it is.
Yeah.
So
Are we calling time?
I guess
Yeah,
I guess we
I
are.
guess
We
so.
should
Yeah.
because it was a
Like,
interesting
last
little
week
thing.
was hella long.
Yeah, so we'll keep this one short
Keep this
and
one
simple.
short.
Nice short one for you guys to
Yeah.
sleep on.
We've been yelling this entire time and
Yeah.
then just close out by like
Right.
whispering
we
into the
hope
mic.
this helps you hit that stage 2, stage 3.
The REM sleep. You know what I mean?
Get those
those-
eyes moving. And,
But yeah, so
if you guys have anything else to say, to talk about, your own opinions, you can contact us at our email, which is sbsbthepodcast@gmail.com, and or any of our socials, which should and or not be linked in the description. I
And
don't know.
they're also
yeah, we're still working on
working
it.
on it.
So
Yeah.
we'll
But
get that out.
You
soon.
keep working on that sleep. You keep working on that sleep.
But all right, guys, see ya.